We're out of the low pro.
We just got the container.
And you can make them custom made. Like
Yeah.
Alex, you're still very flexible, huh? Oldest Rolltite is 13 years old.
But you know, I mean, patch them. But I don't know, but all.
This is the first time you're changing the wheels on them. 13 years. I'm trying to understand if we're putting the kits on them or not. Man, this yard looks empty. We are in desperate need of 3 new flatbeds to keep up with the growing customer demand. I just onboarded a new customer that I think is going to be extremely lucrative even in this bad economy. But unfortunately, I just don't have enough flatbed trailers for them, so I have to go out and buy them. Now, even though the freight market is down across the board, our flatbed division continues to outperform any one of our other divisions. Take a look at the current national average for freight rates. Currently, right now, dry vans are sitting at $1.96 per mile, which is horrible. The reefer division at $2.27 per mile. Now in the flatbed division, $2.58 per mile. And that's why I'm investing in flatbeds. Even in a down market might not be such a bad idea. So in this video, I'm gonna be taking you behind the scenes of how we at ET Transport upgrade our fleet. So first, we're gonna be discussing with operations if we're going to keep them as flatbeds or are we going to convert them into the Rolltite kits / Conestogas for my American friends. Then we are going to inspect together our 10-year-old Conestoga trailers with our lead tech, yes, the one that you guys all love, Alex, our Red Seal mechanic, to determine the quality and the longevity of the previous trailers that we bought 10 years ago. After that, we're gonna be deciding what trailers we're gonna be going with. Are we gonna stick with the same brand or are we gonna go with a different flatbed trailer? Once we decide those two, we are gonna need to secure funding. So who's gonna be financing these trailers? Once we know who the lender is, then we're going to choose the right tarp kit and get these trailers road ready. So I'm gonna be bringing you with me through the entire journey, but make sure you're here to the end of the video. Everybody talks about the national average rates for flatbeds, but nobody talks about the national average for Conestogas. Yes, they pay a lot more than the flatbed loads. So we're gonna be doing load bookings together so you can see how much more profitable Conestogas are than even flatbeds. Let's get into it. I'm trying to understand if we're putting the kits on them or not. The kits are about $20,000 a pop.
I understand, but that was the plan from the get-go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have drivers that want a tarp.
All of our
This
drivers,
flatbed is sitting
all of
maybe
our
2 or
flatbed-
3 years.
all of our drivers are prima donnas.
It's also, when you go to US, the tarping, the bungee cord, it's extra equipment, extra time, and ever since we started with hours of service, it was a killer, right? That's also one of the reasons why we moved to Rolltites.
So the reason, we use the Rolltites also is because
Save
if you
time.
do the flatbed, if he's going from Toronto to Atlanta, you have an extra 2.5 hours here at the pickup. Then at the delivery, you have an hour and a half to take off the tarps. And then again at the
Roll
pickup,
them
you have
up,
another hour and a half.
bungees. In the winter, they get frozen. You can't even fold them. I mean,
Whatever, it's a 8-10 year investment.
No, our Rolltites right now, how many years are they? I think our
Right,
oldest Rolltite is 13 years old.
But you know how many times you patch them? I don't know, but all.
This is the first time you're changing the wheels on them. 13
What do you
years.
We thought we ordered all the wheels, which we was planned to change all of them. At the result, only 2 wheels was changed
So if you
in the
can-
middle.
So what do all the other companies do with their old
they just do specs 96 inch, and that's why
Lower,
there's a lot of
yeah.
people don't like to use Rolltites because they think, oh, it's 96 inches. No, it's 1 or 2 inches, okay?
Are we putting the Rolltites on them or not?
If that's the niche that we already established, then just go for it.
So we're doing it. All right, so let's head over to Alex and see what he has to say about our 10-year-old Conestogas. Let's go. Good morning. Okay, it's been 10 long years that these things have been on the road. Alex, what do you think about them? How are they? Give me your honest opinion. We're in a position where we need to order a few more. Are we going with the same company? Are we not going with the same company? Give me the pluses on it. What do we got?
So I tell you, this is a very good Rolltite combination of trailer with cover,
Okay.
and the system is working perfectly because we don't have a problem with the mechanism or the mechanism at the back or the mechanism at the front, and I will explain. The mechanism at the back will open the curtain from the back to the front. The mechanism from the front will open to the curtain from the front to the back, and we have the wheels with the bearings. So there are 2 types of wheels, the side wheel, and this is the wheels that go in here. We can show when we open it.
Okay.
There are 1 wheel that go in here and 1 wheel that holding it straight, something
Okay.
like that. I will show.
In the last 10 years, how many times have you had to change these?
We have 20 of them,
22, yeah.
22. We change one here, one there. That's it.
So in 10 years, you haven't changed on all of them, all the wheels?
No. I can show you. I have a box of them. We ordered it maybe 2-3 years ago, and it's still full. We changed maybe one or two.
How do you know when you need to change them?
It's very hard to open. It's jamming here inside. Let's open it.
Okay.
And I will show you.
Got it.
Okay. One minus in these Rolltites, and it's not minus of the manufacturer or we as a company. Sometimes the driver can hit something, and then we have a
tear.
cut or a tear.
But that's
and then it's a big problem.
Are we able to fix that over here, or do we have to send it off somewhere?
So it depends. If it's a small tear, like we patch them, like you see here.
Okay.
We patch them and it's okay. But when they tear a big one from the top down, we cannot repair it. We have to replace it.
Got it. Okay, great. Let's have a look. Tell me, this is the original Velcro, or we changed it?
I think the Velcro was changed.
The
back doors, the Velcro was changed. The Velcro was changed. Bungee cords because they're getting dry.
Yeah.
And they rip. So
When do you need to change? When did we change the Velcro?
when it doesn't stick.
No, when? Do you remember approximately how many years into it?
No.
You don't remember?
But we can change. We have the data, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a loaded trailer as well. Sometimes these ratchets get broken as well with the time, wear and tear. So this is a new ratchet, this is an old ratchet, you can see.
Oh, that's the original ratchet?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it, now it's completely free. And when it doesn't move freely, then you have a problem with the wheels.
Okay.
And what I see here, somebody hit it and it was repaired.
Oh.
Somebody hit the pole. It's only damages that happening during the loads or the driver damage. Other than that, I don't see any problem with the system. So we have the mechanism at the back
Yeah.
that we just open, and we have an air one in the front. So we open an air valve and it slides out.
That's so cool. And on original wheels.
Yeah, these are original wheels. The wheels are here. You can see the wheels are inside there.
Can you see me?
To bring a light?
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Hmm?
I see.
Yeah.
So in 10 years, do you think they have a lot of upgrades?
I think the new Rolltites, the new design, they changed the push button for the air valve. They put it under here. And we have one trailer or two trailers. One of the new ones, they had it here on the bottom. Because what's happening with this valve, it's getting water on the snow and everything, and it's getting corroded.
Tell me, when you get calls for this, a driver calls, says there's something wrong with my Rolltite.
Most of the time, it's this valve.
How do you fix it? What can a driver do?
The driver cannot do nothing. Just here, I have one, was replaced yesterday or today. It's a very simple fix. Replace the valve.
And it lasts for how long?
Another year, 2 years, 5 years.
So-
It depends on the weather condition, and that's it.
So in Canada, salt plays a factor in it.
Yes.
Nice. Anything else mechanically we should know about this?
What's happening, like with this load, what's happening? The shipper loaded too much to the front, and sometimes they crack the front wall because of the load. And this one, I think, has one. Yeah, this is happening because they.
Is it defect? Is it defect?
No, it's not defect. It's happening because they overloaded. They pushing it too much. Look what's happening in the front. Look at the front wall. It's common. It's not because of the product. It's because of the load. The loads.
Good. So have you green light? We can go ahead with a few more of these?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're happy with the system?
Yeah. We don't have too many issues with them. We know how to work with them. So we're good to go.
All right. Now let's head over to Verduyn and see how our new Conestogas are doing and decide which trailer we're going to go for. So now that we reviewed the old equipment, it's time to decide, to make a decision for us on what to buy next. But for ET Transport, it's very simple. We go with Manac. And the reason why we go with Manac is because they've proven to be reliable over the long haul. 15 years that we've been working with them. They're Canadian built, which is aligned with our commitment to local manufacturing. Our account rep, Gary Payne, has a deep industry knowledge and always delivers on support, okay? It's been 15 years. He knows the highs, he knows the lows, he knows exactly what we need ET Transport as a company, and it's really nice to work with somebody that doesn't get changed every 2-3 years. I wish I could say the same thing about the banking system, but I can't. Thank you, Gary. Now, also another big reason why we stay with Manac is because of their strong presence in the US called Trail Mobile, making cross-border maintenance and parts much easier for us as a trucking company. We finally have the bill of sale for both the flatbed and the Conestoga kit on one order. Once I had everything ready, I sent the one bill of sale along with the financing terms that I was requesting to the 5 different banks. In this particular case, I was asking for 60-month term. Why? Because that's the way I like to finance it, especially for trailers. Trucks, I do 48. Trailers, I do for 60 months. Now, if you're ever in the situation and you need help securing financing for your commercial equipment, I've created a special link for you guys out there. Now, I've already helped over 3,500 people secure competitive financing out there. So if you're ever in need, use this link. Now, for this particular deal, we got back 6.8%. We also got 6.2%. We got 5.8%. 5.95 and 5.4%. Now, obviously, we locked in the rate of 5.4%, saving us thousands of dollars over the course of the 5 years and the 60 months. Now, the moral of the story is always shop around, never accept the first offer that you get, and most importantly, if you're gonna take anything from this video, never use the finance company provided by the dealership or the place that you're buying your equipment from. Their in-house financing is almost always marked up. It's built to maximize their profits, not to help you save money. So take the time, get your own quotes, or better yet, use the link that I've provided. It will definitely help you out in the future. Now let's get over to Verduyn and make our decision about the Rolltites. So once the trailers arrive, the next step is converting them into Conestogas. And for that, we send them directly to Verduyn, our trusted tarp system provider. Now, why Verduyn? Well, for number one, their systems are extremely durable and dependable. We've tested them literally for over a decade. The second reason is they have a strong presence both in Canada and the US. Indiana, Michigan, and 2 locations in Ontario, which is perfect for our fleet. Their team is fantastic, professional, quick, and they're easy to work with. The next reason is that we get 102-inch clearance height on these Conestogas, which is perfect for what our customers need. Unique because most Conestogas come 100-inch clearance. Now, we also have our Rolltites that we built 10 years ago, and they're still running strong. And honestly, our drivers love them. Investing in quality tarp systems not only protects freight, but helps attract and retain solid drivers who appreciate premium equipment. All right, so I think it's quite clear that I'm not an expert or the right person that knows the ins and outs of these Rolltites. But since we're here at Verduyn in Woodstock, we'll get Zach to speak about the new additions to these brand new 53-foot Conestogas. Let's give Zach the floor. But make sure you're here till the end so you can see me doing live load booking with these brand new Conestogas and see how much money they actually pay per mile.
First thing we do is cut where we need to on the back rub rail on both sides and then install our track. So it's kind of the foundation of the system is installing our track, and that's what gives the whole rolling system its foundation. Right now what they've done is they've put in the wear strip right here. They pull that in before they do the install, as well as the rubber pelmet. That makes sure that the rub rail is sealed, so when you're driving, you don't get any road spray or anything up into the load.
And what's phase 2 after the rub rail?
The carts and everything are being made in the fab shop behind it. They're going to install the headboard.
And you can make them custom made? Like every single, I'm talking about the height. So if I wanted 98 inches or 100 or 102, ours is 102 and this one?
Yeah, yours will be 102. We go all the way down to heights like 74 inch. I've got a customer in the States that requires really low systems. There's a bridge in Chicago that's 12.6. We kind of cater to that bridge a lot. But we also have guys who want 110 inch with really low pro trailers. So depending on the deck height, we can kind of go, at a variety of heights.
And these tires, they were already switched out. These are the low pro.
Yes, these are the low pro tires that you've got on. So yeah, we base everything off the high point of the trailer. And then we also measure your truck's pin height. So we set that to make sure we can give you that 102 clearance without going above 13.6. So yeah, this is your new system. This is number 1 of 3. From your previous systems to now, there's been quite a few improvements. From front to back, I'll kind of start at the front. The headboard, we've done a build out now, so it's about 5 inches built out, so that gives you more loading space and more deck space. You can see there's a 5-inch build out at the front, so there's less impediment and more room for your load.
Now, our system has a button over here. The
For
valve.
opening and closing,
Yeah.
yes. So now, just for a cleaner look, it's actually right underneath here. There's a valve. It won't work right now with the, that's it there, because the back is tension, but when you release the tension at the back, there's a little valve there, and this display shows open, lock, or the middle is a neutral. Again, for that reason, the valve itself on yours was exposed underneath, and over time they do get gummed up with road grime. The valve now is actually at the very top corner inside, and there's a bar here that just controls it. So that keeps everything out of the weather, out of the wear and tear, or even if it's getting hit, it's it's not getting any kind of impediment there. So from there, on the inside, all of the cart plates on yours were manufactured or fabricated here on those old systems. The new systems, they're all cast. And the nice thing about getting them cast is that they're more rigid, they hold their shape better, and we were able to shrink them down, so the stack up of the whole system will be less than what they were before. So you're gaining about 12 inches over the length of the system from your old ones to your new ones. With those new cart plates are new wheels and new bearings, so the system will roll better. Those bearings are completely sealed as well, so there's no chance of salt or road dirt getting in there as well. On the rear, the posts on these are all aluminum, so they should be lighter.
Let's have a look at them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same system, the way the open closes, like the back is the same as what we have.
Similar, there is one improvement on these. There is a bar now built into the back flap. So once I get Velcro undone here, I like to just loop it on the handle there to keep it out of the way. But there is a bar here, so you just pull that down on both sides. That bar helps hold the back flap nice and tight. It prevents wear and tear, because as the system goes down the road, it will kind of jiggle and vibrate. That wears out the Velcro over time. This bar just helps hold everything nice and tight in place.
Okay.
You've got the 2-stage ratchets on your old system, so these are designed to release one gear at a time. The old ones, they would dump that 2,400 pounds of pressure all at once, which can be hard on the axles, hard on the tarp.
There would be like a popping sound. Like
exactly.
When you
You're still going to get a popping sound with this, but it's only one gear at a time. And then once you've got enough tension off, you can open the barrel completely. And then the system's able to roll forward.
Now, weight-wise, the difference between this one and the one I have, what would you say? Because you said aluminum posts, these are lighter, right?
Yeah, they're about 30 pounds lighter per post. The rear posts were about 60 pounds each. Now we're down to about 30, 34, depending on the height of the system. These posts change height depending on the height. So on a 74-inch system, they'd be quite a bit shorter. But on your 102s, you're at about 34 pounds for the weight of the posts.
Got it.
And then one thing with our systems, we do wrap the bows in a plastic. That prevents oxidation of the aluminum on the tarp. So with any aluminum, it oxidizes over time. You're going to get that black dust everywhere. The less of it that you have on the tarp, the less chance you're going to have wear and tear and pinholes start to develop over time. So that's why we wrap everything. We try to protect the tarp to make sure it lasts as long as possible.
So has the entire system come down in weight over 10 years?
Over time, yes. We were able to reduce weight with the cast cart plates. The vinyl is always been about the same. It's a 20-ounce vinyl. We find that's kind of the sweet spot for longevity. If you go to 18, it's not going to last as long. It's going to start to stretch.
So this is the exact same vinyl I have on,
yes,
on
this will
mine.
be the exact same vinyl that you have on your 2012 systems.
The question is, so inside here I have 102-inch clearance, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So the trailer itself is 102. We bolt to the outside. So your overall outside width is 108, outside to outside. Ontario and Canadian and US legislation allows for 3 inches on each side of the trailer for tie down and tarping. So you're able to use your straps, your chains, and your tarping system outside your 102. And that way you've got 102 clearance to load.
Perfect. All right. I think we got what we need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I know you guys are excited to book loads with me, but first, before we start booking loads, let me just tell you a little bit about why we here at ET Transport, why we go with the combo trailers versus the aluminum. Now, at some point or another, you're probably wondering, combo versus aluminum. We here at ET Transport, we get combo flatbeds. We do not go with the all aluminum. So some of you are probably wondering why. Well, let me explain it to you. The difference just isn't worth the price for us at ET Transport. An all aluminum trailer is about 1,000 pounds lighter than our 53-foot combos. That's manageable for us, especially considering the cost savings is approximately $10,000. The difference between a combo and an all aluminum. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm booking loads that are 45.5 or 46,000 pounds, I can still do it in my combo flatbed. It's very rare that I get offered loads that are 46.5 or 47,000 pounds. And you know what? It's just not worth it because they don't pay that much more. They definitely don't pay enough for the difference of the $10,000. The second thing we'll talk about is the resale value. Now, when I'm looking at 20 years down the road, today if I look at 2005, the difference between an all aluminum and a combo, I would probably say is about maybe $3,000 or $4,000. So is it worth it for us? No, it's not worth it for us. For us, it's better to go with our 53-foot combos. All right, and now the moment you've all been waiting for, booking Conestoga flatbed loads. How much money do they actually pay extra for having a Conestoga? Let's get into it. All right, we have posted over here at Conestoga. We posted it in Chicago. We want to see all the loads that are going to come out. Let's do some phone calling together. So here we have some postings. So let's call.
And how can I help?
Hey, Ronan ET, how are you?
Hey, good man. How are you?
Good, good. I was calling about that South Bend, Indiana to Minnesota load that you have for Conestoga.
Yeah, it's picking up around 11 a.m. tomorrow. Is that okay for the loading?
Yep.
And we've got 14 on that, and it delivers in Owatonna 8 a.m. to 3. First come, first served over there, brother.
But what do they need for securement?
Just straps. Just a decent amount of straps, obviously enough to cover the weight of the load. Like I said, it's steel tubing.
The 1400, is that the best they can do?
I can do 1475, man. Would that help you out? It's kind of what we're booking them for lately.
1475. I can give you a call back and see. 1475 works out to $255 a mile with my deadhead. Let me just make a couple of more phone calls and I can call you back. What's your name?
My name's Matt.
Matt. Okay. How often do you have these?
We have them a decent amount, man. Honestly, every week.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. Give me just a few. I'll give you a call back if it works.
Yes, sir. Sounds good, brother.
All right. Bye-bye.
P.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you, sir?
Good, good. I was calling about your load out of McQueen, Wisconsin for a Conestoga.
Yeah, it's pick up tomorrow. You can deliver next day, first come, first serve.
Okay.
How much are you looking for?
Let's see, how many miles do we got? 341 miles for a Conestoga. You're probably looking at around, I don't know, $1,900?
That's too high, sir.
For a Conestoga?
Yeah, we've been doing this for 1,000 and max I can do is 11. Let me know if that works for you.
No, it's too low. I take it he just hung up on me. All right, let's try a different one.
Bro.
Hi, Ronan ET, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, good. I see you're posting a Fairbury, Illinois to Logansport, Indiana.
Yes, that's correct.
For a
I have it
Conestoga?
available for tomorrow. Yep, flatbed Conestoga.
I'm just pulling up the miles. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, it's a load of metal tube in bundles.
What do you, it says here a 48-footer. My Conestoga is 53 feet. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, what do you have for rates on this?
Let me see, I thought I posted it at 700. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, but I don't think, just running the miles right now and the fact that it's next day service, I don't think I could do it for that price. Are you flexible? Are you flexible with the rate?
I can check with my manager real quick. We might have a little bit of room to work with, not a ton, but like, are you thinking 750?
No, I'm probably looking at about 850.
850, okay. Hang on, let me check with my manager real quick. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Let's pull up the miles. I'll put it on the screen that I'm recording. All right, we have 129 miles from Fairbury, Illinois to Logansport, Indiana. Next day service. Conestoga, it's over $3 a mile. I'm asking for about $3.50, $4 a mile. And the reason I'm asking is because they want the next day service. If it would have been same day service, yeah, 700 would be okay. But let's see if we can milk out another $150 from him, maybe $100, and call it a day.
All right, thanks for holding. Hey, so I checked with my manager, and he said he's not able to go to 850, but he could bump it up to 800 to book it now.
Got it. Let me think about it. I'll call you back, okay? Give me a few minutes. I've just got another line coming in.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. I was calling about your Conestoga load from Georgia to Texas.
Said you had a Conestoga?
Yep.
Okay, is it a 53-footer?
It is.
Perfect. This load does require at least 4-inch dunnage. Does your driver carry that?
He does. How many of them do you need?
I would say around 8 to 10.
8 to, yeah, that's fine.
Weighs 42,604 pounds. Picks up out of Trenton, Georgia, going to Pharr, Texas, and it's going for 3,500.
Okay, let me just pull up the miles 1 second. So one more time, it is coming out of Trenton.
Yes, Trenton, Georgia, going to Pharr, Texas. PHARR.
And are they flexible at all with the rate?
3,500 is actually everything I have in the load, so we're firm at that rate.
That's 307 per mile. Okay, give me a few and I will give you a call back, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, we can sit here all day, but I think it's just better for me to recap it for you. So here are all the loads that I have coming out of Georgia. You see that there are loads going from Georgia to Tennessee, Georgia to Florida, Georgia to South Carolina. Rate per mile, 4.13, 4.13. Now these are all Conestoga. You see here equipment type, CN. CN means Conestoga. So $4.13 per mile, $3.98 per mile going to Florida, going to Tennessee, going to North Carolina, $3.90 per mile. Obviously we need to call every single one of these. If I actually had a Conestoga in the area, I would probably bargain a little bit more. I'd like to see the higher 3s per mile, maybe low 4s per mile. That's in Georgia. Let's look at another state. Let's see what happens if we were in the East Coast, like, New York, New Jersey. Let's see what kind of rates would come out of there. All right, New Jersey to Maine, $3.40 per mile, $2.41, $1.90, $1.89, $1.89. Okay, so being on the East Coast with the Conestoga, not the greatest thing to do. Let's look at the Wisconsin market, the Illinois, see what happens over there with a Conestoga. All right, you got $5.18 per mile going to Missouri, then $4.23 going to Iowa, another $4.07, $4.03, 3.99 going to Ohio, to Iowa, 3.96. So you can see here now starts the high 2s. Let's see up along the West Coast what happens. So if you had a Conestoga up along the West Coast, you can see here, wow, Washington to Idaho, $5 per mile, $5. California to California, $4.47 per mile. California to Nevada, $3.65, $3.31. Oregon to California, $3.14 per mile. Wow, that's not bad. Conclusion: Conestoga loads pay a lot more than flatbed loads. Maybe not a lot more in regions like New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, but when you're in a hot zone like Illinois, in Wisconsin, you can see that there's a significant increase in the rate per mile for Conestogas. I've been working with Conestogas for about 12 years. If I was to post, multiple trucks in Georgia, I would receive a lot of phone calls for them. Usually when I would receive phone calls, the rates typically end up being a little bit higher for these Conestogas. Also, don't forget, the drivers are the happiest with these Conestogas. They don't have to tarp, all right? If they don't tarp, then, they're in and out of the shipper, they're in and out of the receiver much faster with these Conestogas. So there you have it. You have your rates for the Conestogas. Is it worth it? Absolutely it's worth it, because if it wasn't worth it, then I wouldn't be doing it. And that's the entire process, from identifying the need and inspecting our aging equipment, to selecting the right trailer, securing the funding, getting them road ready, booking loads. Even in this soft freight market, smart strategic investing, especially in the division like flatbeds, can give you the real edge. We'll definitely keep you posted on how these new trailers perform on the road. If you are enjoying these behind the scene videos, make sure you're a subscriber to this channel, because we are going to be doing the day in the life of a dispatcher, a day in the life of a freight broker, and a day in the life of a Red Seal mechanic. So make sure you're tuned into this channel. I'm Ronan, and I'll catch you in my next video.